Top 6 licenses in 2026. You wanna know? Let's deep dive. We'll get through the main licenses. It's gonna be Nevis, Tobique, Kahnawake, Anjouan, Curacao, and also there is bonus license, which I personally like. Let's start with the first one, Nevis. This license is completely new. This license appeared in 2025. This license became very popular because of reputation of Nevis itself. Nevis, small island. You probably know St. Kitts and Nevis. Here it is. You wanna ask why Nevis? Why so special about Nevis? Because this island has very good financial reputation. Nevis has 40 years of financial history. That's fantastic experience, and this license makes you feel comfortable when you get it. Yet many haven't heard about this license, and if we deep dive into this license, this is quite new license. This appeared in 2025 in approximately April, and right now the license became quite popular. Right now Nevis is part of Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. You probably heard about St. Kitts, but this is separate license from Nevis itself. Also, you may know Nevis because of their trust funds, so it's quite popular to get trust in Nevis. When you look into the detail, Nevis is well known regarding stability of the island and what makes this license interesting. So of course, in addition, as many offshore licenses, you get 0% tax and pretty good price. The price for Nevis license is approximately 28,000 euros, which you pay directly to regulator. Plus it's gonna be additionally fees for company and agents fees. Like for example, we assist you to get the license and we get some fee for this assistance. It's the same as you do with any consultation or corporate assist. Basically, you can get B2B and B2C license. That's all you need. Regarding restricted countries, it's pretty covers almost every country in the world. You restricted to operate in United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Austria, Australia, Spain, and of course F80 blacklisted countries. Maybe I missed something, maybe 1 or 2 countries, but that's pretty much it. So it's crypto friendly, so you can get this license and operate with crypto payment solutions, no problems. And compliance itself, it's, I would say, not so tough as with high regulators like Malta, Isle of Man, and not so easy as with Anjouan. So basically there are some requirements, like you need to have passport, utility bill, bank reference letter from lawyer accountant, your CV. Also in addition you need to provide source of funds, source of wealth, and as far as I remember, no criminal record. Of course, notarization of documents is required. All documents must be in English or translated in English. These are the main documents we require from your side as a beneficial owner. Business plan, policies, and all the rest of paperwork. You would ask how long it's gonna take to get the license. Answer, it depends on your side and on our side and on the regulator side. Everyone is dependable, but in reality average time frame is gonna be approximately from 2 to 4 months. It's average time. You need to keep in mind that shortest time is not the time which you will spend to get the license. Sometimes you may be late with some documents, or regulator may not accept something, or maybe there is some mistake, or you cannot get, I don't know, source of funds because bank's on holiday. So, you know, there will be some small delays, and we consider these delays. We consider back and forth communication. We streamline this process, and average time is going to be around 2-3 months to get the license. In rare cases, it's going to be 4 months. Overall, once we have everything ready, including company, because company is required, and company is required in Nevis itself. So once we have company ready, all the documents ready, and we apply for license, it's going to be approximately 6, maybe 8 weeks to get the license after that. So it depends on your side how quick you prepare the documents, and it depends on our side how quick we prepare the documents, like business plan for you. There are some unique requirements for Nevis. It's people. Yes, you need people to get the license. You definitely need local reporting officer. This is an officer who will be between the regulator and you as a casino owner, casino operator. And basically, if something happens on your side, on casino, you will move this information to reporting officer, and reporting officer move this information to regulator. So he is kind of in the middle. He is more like active/passive role, but he is required, and he required to be local in Nevis. We of course provide this person. If you need, let us know. And in addition, you need AML officer, anti-money laundering officer. He will be the one who takes care of all your anti-money laundering actions on your site. So basically, someone try to scam you, someone try to cheat on your website, someone try launder money. Anti-money laundering officer, he'll be responsible to make sure that this happens rarely or doesn't happen at all. If something suspicious, he will need to transfer information to reporting officer, local one, and then this information will be transferred to the regulator. So we need at least 2 people. That's minimum. minimum, plus beneficial owner. Plus, I would recommend to get nominal director, of course. And company, local company in Nevis is required. It's even better. I mean, your company activity will act as a gaming company, operational one. That's good. That's great advantage. Regarding future, it's good question. What future wait for Nevis? I would say this license targets to be new, not just Curacao, but be a little bit better than Curacao, I would say, in terms of, old Curacao when there were master license holders. And right now, its reputation of Curacao is good. I mean, it's recognized by gaming providers, payment providers. Nevis is planning to be the same new Curacao. And I feel that it can be true, it can happen. It can happen in 1, maybe 2 years, definitely. Because right now, there are plenty of operators and also big ones who get Nevis license. Okay, let's move to the next one. Tobique license. Guys, I like this license. I like the regulator. I like how they speak. I mean, it's fantastic. If you can go to the calls the same day with any regulator, it's great. But with Tobique, you definitely can do this. With any other regulator, I'm not sure. I don't remember any license where we can do this the same day, even the next day. I mean, usually it's next week in most of the cases. What is good about Tobique? First of all, it's Canadian license. It's not truly Canadian as people can consider. This is the Indian tribe in Canada, in New Brunswick. And basically, there is Indian tribe, the same as in United States, for example. And they have their own regulations, rules, laws, everything. And they set it up their own regulator. So yes, Tobique is located in Canada, and we cannot consider it as a Canadian license. It's Indian tribe who is living inside Canada and has rights to have their own regulator, to have their own rules, laws. They have a lot of privileges in Canada. So this is from Indian tribe in Canada. What makes this license so unique is that, Kahnawake, it was developed almost 30 years ago. There are people who constantly update the regulations in Kahnawake. And these people, these lawyers, they develop the regulations for Tobique. And Tobique is, I would say, strictly following these regulations, following these laws. And it's so well-developed regulations. You check any other regulations of any other country and you will understand where it's good, where it's not good, where people spend good efforts and good resources to get proper regulations, proper law. And in Tobique, yes, they have everything in place. What makes it unique, I mean, that's fantastic thing Tobique can provide you, is direct access to, for example, Skrill Neteller, PaySafe card, all the PaySafe group. And that's great because very little licenses can have possibility to do such thing. They are not so recognized, but Tobique is a well-recognized license. Imagine you apply for Tobique and you can go to Neteller and get their payment solutions to your website. I mean, isn't it great? And you just keep all the people in the middle, all the intermediaries, get their commissions, and you get direct fees, so it saves you a lot of money. Of course, there are some disadvantages. I wouldn't say disadvantage, but the price. You need to pay 43,000 euros total. It's 18,000 euros you need to pay to the regulator, Tobique, and 18,000 euros you need to pay to DLAC. This is the only legal firm which provides you the license. If you need license from Tobique, you definitely go to them, no matter who you are. If you're a regulator, if you're such other legal company, if you're us, if you're yourself, you definitely need to go to DLAC. There is also 7,000 euros fee. This 7,000 euros, I don't remember exactly what it covers, but I definitely remember it covers self-exclusion, compliance fees, and it's annual fee, so you need to pay it every year. From the second year, you don't pay this 43k again. You pay only 25,000. It's 18 to Tobique and 7 for this compliance feature. Also, interesting thing about Tobique is, I mean, usually you apply for offshore license, you get domains included, 2 URL. With Tobique, you get 5 domains included, 5 URLs. It makes you a little bit more better, you have 5 projects, yeah, nice. You pay less eventually for the domain. Regarding people required, yes, definitely it's beneficial owner. Without beneficial owner, you can do nothing. Also, you must have MLRO, Money Laundering Reporting Officer, and recommended to have some C-level people, maybe some director, proper director. These are the minimums. If you don't have C-level yet, that's fine. We can get you license without C-level, but it's recommended. In addition, this is similar requirement as with Curacao. You need to have ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution provider. We assist with this. Basically, let us know it's not something expensive, it's quite cheap, and it's just more requirement in case something goes that you need someone with dispute. So basically, it's not something difficult, but just come to us, we'll help. In addition, in terms of restrict countries, they have a special file where you can clearly see which countries recommended not to operate, where you can restrict it to operate, and where you need to be very cautious to operate. Restricted countries is definitely United States and United Kingdom, and of course FATF blacklisted countries. Basically, you can cover a little bit more countries, which makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, you have a little bit more better options, bigger option. Regarding company incorporation, you can incorporate anywhere everywhere. Costa Rica, Belize, BVI, St. Lucia. It's up to you. It depends on your side what you prefer. We of course have some recommendations. Let us know if you're interested in Tobique. Get in touch with us and we'll help you with choosing the right jurisdictions and the right license. And this 43,000 euros, it's not included company incorporation, of course, and it's not included agent's fee. This is more like required fee which you must pay minimum to regulator for the first year. Okay, these are kind of highlights of Tobique. Let's move to the next one. Curacao. What do we know about Curacao? So before it was master license holders. Everyone loved master license holders. I mean, operators loved master license holders. Of course, CG was a little bit questionable because they had a lot of strict compliances and sometimes unclear costs. I remember it happened a few times. But anyway, master license holders, it was heaven among all the offshore licenses. What we know regarding Curacao right now is that it goes through transition process from previous regime, and it's called NOGH, I may be mistaken, to LOC, LOK. At least CGA, Curacao Gaming Authority, they say everything goes as planned. We had some difficulties in the beginning. At least they are learning, they learn on the mistakes, and they constantly evolve, improve, and going forward. I know a lot of people doesn't like Curacao. That's true, and they doesn't like Curacao because of some problems it had. Also of the price. I mean, you can get Curacao for like 50/80k depending on where you go, maybe sometimes up to 100k. But the idea is that this license is recognized. You can get almost any gaming provider, almost any payment provider, almost any bank account if they work with high risk with Curacao license. This is quite good advantage. It's benefit which you cannot miss. There are difficulties. I had some client who didn't get the invoice from Curacao for a month. They were approved for green seal. They waited for a month and they follow up a few times, and only after a month they received this invoice. That's fine. It happens. Waiting for the invoice 1 month, it's quite long, but it can happen with anyone. It's more like exception than the rule. What we can say regarding Curacao right now? How long it's gonna take? From my experience, considering you need to prepare big number of documents, including your date of birth. I don't know why they need the date of birth, but again, we have requirements from Curacao. We can do nothing. You need to prepare these documents, get the company ready. You must have local managing director. This is also provided by us or local agents. And basically, once the process started with the preparations, with all the documents, then we need to get through communication, maybe some reviews of the documents and so on and so on. And overall, this whole process, starting from the first engagement until you get the license, is going to take from 3 to 6 months, depending on how fast you prepare the documents, how fast we prepare the documents, how fast regulator replies, if he likes everything or not. You know, obvious things. And regarding price, I already mentioned, around 50k is price for the Curacao. This is B2C license. For B2B, as far as I remember, you need approximately 25-30,000 euros. This is regulator price. In addition, you must have local company, which can be a little bit tricky because for local company, you need local managing director, and a lot of companies provide different prices, and it depends on services. Somewhere you get signatures included, somewhere it's not included. It depends. And also agent's fee, because Curacao a little more complicated than Anjouan, for example, then you definitely need local agents because any mistake can lead to license suspension, termination, rejections, so be careful. In addition, this process of changing to local regulations is still ongoing. It's not yet finished. It doesn't mean that everything right now well established or very well in disaster and a mess. I would say they do it slowly, step by step. They establish one thing, they see results, they see comments, feedback, and then they decide if they implement it. They implement it. They see the feedback again and they maybe redo, improve. It's good trend. They want to make their country better. They want to make country more lucrative, more interested for tourists, for people overall. And their idea is that you need to hire local people. It's not new like Nevis, you require to have local reporting officer, or in Isle of Man, local directors required, or Malta also. It's not something new. It's good thing, it's common thing, but still it's additional requirement, additional money spent, an additional role which you must provide to these people. It's not required for startups as far as I remember, but it's required for companies who are sometimes in the market or like have some good number, big number for GGR, big volume. Also, it's recommended to have C-level, CEO, CMO, CTO. It's very recommended to have such people. If you just start up, you're just starting, that's fine. You may not have such people and you can be the one who handles everything. Definitely it can be on paper. Who knows who will be the CTO for you right now. But in the future, they will start asking you. So be ready. Be ready to be compliant. Be ready to to have substance in Curacao. So if make summary, I'm not the big fan of Curacao, but I'm sure that license is recognized. So if you're looking for B2B Curacao, good idea. B2B Anjouan, also good idea. If you're looking for B2C Curacao, I would think about it. I would think why I need Curacao license, why I need license overall. Do I need it for payment providers? Do I need it for some specific gaming providers like EGT, Evolution or whatever? Maybe I need license for some specific target markets, or maybe just to get some partners sign agreement faster than with other licenses. It depends on your needs. What you need is very important when you're choosing the license. Let's go to the next. You want to save your time when choosing the license? We created a unique comparison table with all the main offshore licenses, where you can compare the prices, timeframes, required documents, restrictions, limitations, number of people required, and many other things. It's up to date, so you get relevant information. Get your free license comparison table, just scan QR code below and go global. On Anjouan, this license I like the most. It's super popular. I mean, this license appeared like 2.5 years ago. During these 2 years, it achieved 2.5 years. It achieved so much. It has over 1,000 granted licenses. Just imagine 1,000 licenses. Let's calculate. Within 2.5 years, it's approximately 900 days, maybe. So they were granting licenses like one a day, maybe even faster in the faster terms. Imagine that within 7 days, you get every day one new license, one new application, and they reject licenses. So it's not like 1,000 licenses granted and 1,000 applications were submitted to get this license. No, it was like maybe 1,500 applications and 1,000 licenses granted. Maybe even more just requirements, inquiries. Imagine the volume of everything and imagine how people manage everything. It's very important. And what they do, they get you the license within 6 weeks. It's recommended, of course. This is guidelines. It's not mandatory they will give you license in 6 weeks. Sometimes it's faster, usually longer, like 6.5, 7 weeks. And we have some cases where it was 8 weeks, but usually it's within 6 weeks time frame, which is great. But 6 weeks after we apply for license and after payment is done. It means we need to get the company ready, we need to get documents ready, we need to get documents accepted by Anjouan, and we need to get payment done. And after this 6 weeks, just calculate it in your mind. So just be careful. If you go to some website and see it's gonna take like 6 weeks or 2 months, it's not whole time. It's the time which they say minimum. What else I like about Anjouan? That doesn't have strict requirements. So once you get the license, you're not constantly monitor what you do. Of course, you need to be compliant. If you scam people, first of all, license, and secondly, your clients, your players, nobody wants. So when you get license, you're definitely gonna stick with it, work properly, so nothing wrong happens with you, nothing wrong happens with players, and nothing wrong happens with your license. This is the minimum requirements which you must consider with any license, of course. Additional advantage of this license, the price. Guys, this is almost the cheapest license. And I would say the cheapest and recognized license. Yeah, maybe you cannot get all the payment providers working with you directly, but you can get almost anything with Anjouan. If you start up, it's good license. I mean, why get Curacao with some complicated restrictions when you can get, for example, Anjouan and be less strictly under the pressure of government? So it let you focus on other things. Of course, you must comply in any case, but still it makes you work a little bit easier. License price is 17,828 euros, almost 18k. And because this license used by like 1,000 plus operators, and it's much more websites. Because of it, this is recognized. You can get a lot of gaming providers, almost everyone, a lot of payment providers. So it's kind of popularity which makes this license recognized. Of course, if you look into history of Anjouan, you will see some revolutions, some piracy, but it doesn't matter because this license is recognized. It's popular among operators. It's easy to get, not super strict for you. That's great. I believe this license is still gonna be super popular for 2026. And of course, you also have 0%. You don't require to incorporate company in Anjouan, but you can if you want. If you incorporate in Anjouan, just be aware that Anjouan is not part of apostille. Your company documents are not gonna be apostille. And you can incorporate anywhere, Belize, Costa Rica, St. Lucia, BVI, whatever you prefer, it's up to you. It only depends on local regulations. They allow activity which you're planning to perform or not. That's also important. Come to us, we will help to choose the company jurisdiction. So yeah, I would consider Anjouan if I would do testing of waters, if you understand what I mean. Let's go to the next one. Let's speak about Kahnawake. good one. This license work online gaming since 1996 as far as I remember. They provide licenses for casino operators. They don't have a lot of operators under Kahnawake, but they have good number. They have less than 200 as far as I remember. I may be mistaken. It's pretty similar to Tobique, so it's also Indian tribe in Canada, located in Quebec, 1.5 hours drive from Montreal. Advantage of this license, it's long in the market. Companies and people recognize, and their compliance is quite strict. You need to be fully transparent. If they find out something which you didn't tell them before, they're gonna have questions and they can't terminate your license, they can reject your license. Be careful. And here you definitely need someone who will assist you with the process. How it looks like? Basically, yes, you get the company ready somewhere. Belize, Costa Rica, PVI again, St. Lucia, maybe Seychelles, maybe Marshall Islands, up to you. If you speak with us, we'll help you to choose. And the process starts with forms. They have quite long forms. I have a few forms, like 15, 20 at least, I don't remember, but it's quite long forms which you need to fill out. But instead, if you work with us, we fill out these forms for you. You just need to answer a few questions for us which we don't know, like your marital status, your driver license number, From our side, we help you with the forms, business plan, with policies, but you need to be transparent. You need to tell everything you know about yourself, about your country, where you are, because if they find out something which you didn't tell, it's not gonna be good. If you tell something bad about yourself before, it's gonna be much better than they find out later. Process quite similar. You prepare the forms, you send them, you prepare the documents, apply for license. There are a few unique things, unusual things. First thing is that when you send the documents, you must send them not just electronically, but through the courier, physical copies. You must send them. As far as I remember, it's only forms and also copies of documents signed and certified by notary or maybe by a lawyer and or accountant, something like this. And this is the first. Secondly, when you apply for license, you get kind of pre-approved license for 6 months, kind of orange seal in Curacao for 6 months. They give you license, yes, you can start operating.